Sarah Palin gave a language-mangling interview to Greta Van Susteren on Fox News. She spoke about how awesome Trump is on the issue of immigration. Let's watch.
His immigration policy and these common sense plans of his that most Americans, I believe, have been thinking, just not being able to say because we don't have a microphone like he does. The immigration plan of his, especially the wall, that's common sense. It's a real shot in the arm to constitutionalists and conservatives who want America to be put first by our leaders. And really, it's a shot across the bow to the other candidates because now they're going to have to explain why can't build a wall, even though we've been saying it for years there in the political classes in D.C. We've been promising people a wall. Now they're going to have to explain to people why they don't support the policies that Mr. Trump has come out with.
People who are born here in the United States, do you support Donald Trump that they should not be assigned or not be allowed to be citizens, or do you disagree?
Well, see, and the argument about it's for the children will be used over and over again to kind of portray probably all Republicans as being heartless, and nothing could be further from the truth. You know, a plank in our platform is pro-family, and a family is a unit. And I believe what Mr. Trump and probably the other Republican candidates, once they do come out with some kind of policy proposals, what they're saying is, yeah, a family is a unit, and if their parents broke the law, and if they're here illegally, well, they need to get back in line. And because family is a unit, Greta, the family sticks together, and the kids have to get in line with their mom and dad.
She says, come on, the left is going to paint us as heartless. We're not heartless. What we want to do is deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. That would prove the point of the left. The left is saying you're heartless because you want to deport 11 plus million undocumented immigrants. And you're like, that's right. You can't call me heartless that I want to do that, but I do want to do that. But that is heartless. No, what you don't understand is that such a gigantic percentage of that 11 million, they've been here for a long time. They have lives here. And then I love this hypocrisy. She starts off, and she mentions at one point, you know, Donald Trump, he's a shot in the arm to us constitutionalists. We love it. And then after she finishes bragging about how much her and her buddies love the Constitution, she immediately comes out against birthright citizenship. Even though in the Constitution, it has birthright citizenship. Oh my God, it's amazing. I don't know how she didn't catch that hypocrisy. Well, she probably doesn't know what's in the Constitution. But I actually want to give you the wording. 14th Amendment, first sentence. The first sentence of Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. I love the Constitution, except when I don't. When I don't love it, I'll just ignore it. No, but what's stunning is that the contradiction came within minutes of each other. So there was some stuff in between there. I had to splice it for time reasons, but that was in the same interview. She contradicts herself brazenly. And of course, Greta Van Susteren, being fantastic at her job, she called out Sarah Palin on that hypocrisy, right? No, didn't happen. If you didn't know that's what that noise meant, it meant no. All right, but there's still other levels of hypocrisy that I want to get to real quick. She says, well, we are the ones that are pro-family values. Yeah, Sarah, unless they're gays, then you don't want more families. And unless you want to send sons and daughters to unnecessary offensive wars against countries that didn't attack us, then not so pro-family. And unless you want to kick out entire families. I mean, there are some people that are searching for political asylum. Are you against political asylum too? If you want to kick out all 11 million undocumented immigrants, I guess you are. So you're so pro-family that you want to take somebody, a family in the U.S., and send them back to El Salvador or Guatemala in the middle of a fucking drug war. Yeah, that's how pro-family you are. You're so pro-family that you want the entire family to die together in gang violence. Thank you, Sarah Palin. And finally here, this is the woman who all the time talks about Christian values, Christianity, Jesus, 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 Jesus. If Jesus was back, I would tickle his sack and jerk him off. They love Jesus and Christianity, again, except when they don't. Because one of the issues in the Bible that there actually isn't a contradiction. On the overwhelming majority of issues, you can find both sides in the Bible. Wildly contradictory book. But there are a few issues where there's really not a contradiction. One of them, of course, is the rich. The Bible, or Jesus specifically, hates the rich, says they just can't get into heaven, period. But the other one is immigration. The Bible is the single most liberal book on immigration I've ever seen. In fact, we've gone through, 5, 6 different passages on the show. They talk about how you need to treat the sojourner, so in other words, the stranger or the traveler or the immigrant in your lands, you need to treat them just as good as your family and just as good as, your neighbor. You have to treat them with the utmost respect. One of the passages said, because you don't know what they went through, they're entertaining demons unaware. So in other words, you don't know what the fuck they've gone through. They might have went through hell to get there, and it's your duty as a Christian to treat them well, treat them with respect, and do the right thing like Jesus would do. But she's going to scream about Jesus and yelp about Jesus, and then when it comes time to actually implement the principles that he wanted on the front of immigration, she's like, who is this guy, Jesus? I never heard of him before.